Hello, and welcome to the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast. I am the teacher, Dan.
I'm one of the students, Morg.
And I am the other student, Devon.
And this week is another Fan Zone week. It would have been a couple weeks ago, but between a trip that went way longer than expected and some other stuff that happened, we were unable to record in time, so we're doing it now. Don't know if we'll do another one in like 2 weeks or what, but this is what we're doing for now. And this month's Fan Zone is for the Snapcube real-time fandub of Sonic Adventure 2. But first, we've got news. We've got a whole lot of news. I'm gonna try to go over it in a convenient manner. Alright, so, number one, Sage happened. Sage, also known as the Sonic and Sega Amateur Game Expo, is this, annual fan, gathering where, like, people who make fan games and indie games based around Sega properties, particularly Sonic, get together and, like, either release completed or demos of whatever fan game or original IP they're working on. This year had quite a few stuff. The main thing I think that people were noticing is this game called, let me see if I've got the name right. Let's see. Big's Big World. Big's Big World is almost, so it's this weird sort of collectathon / Big the Cat fishing game where you're just put into this gigantic map as Big the Cat and you have to explore the whole thing and fish and try to find Froggy. I gotta say, there's a surprising amount packed into it, like it's a really huge map with like loads of different things from all these different Sonic games. You get Chaos Emeralds. You can find Chaos Emeralds and they all give Big a special power.
To find Froggy with?
Yeah. Like, you can...
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fly. One of them lets you, like, do a sort of, like, homing thing where you get to see things from Froggy's eyes to better figure out where Froggy is. There's some running and gliding and all sorts of stuff. And if you collect all 7, you get to become super big.
Super big!
Incredible. You can also, like... I've also seen people, like, trying to speedrun it. The one I saw... I don't know how full it is, but, like, the one I saw is, like... For 12 minutes. Let's see. There's some other stuff. There was... One thing that caught my eye was, let me just make sure I have it right. Trying to find it. There's some... Okay, where is it? It was... Oh, I see, okay. I was looking in this, thing. Okay. So, like, one of the things was Chow Bandstand, which is this, ROM hack of Super Mario World, which is like Cream the Rabbit going through one of the Sonic Advance stages and finding a bunch of Chow, instead of stars.
That rules.
Yeah.
That's cute.
See, there's a Tails one, there's some frameworks, there was some original stuff, like, Cosmic Ball, which I played once. I played once a couple years back. It's neat. There was David Get Keen. Some There's a lot of stuff here. It looks really neat. I think I might have heard of Sage before, but I've never really looked into it until this year.
I don't know Sage, yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Let's see. In other news, a couple things have come out Sonic related. First off, Rise of the Wisps Part 2 came out. I haven't watched it all the way through, but what I saw looked pretty good.
I haven't seen the first part yet.
Yeah. There's a new Sonic comic coming out. A 4-issue series called Imposter Syndrome. It stars Dr. Starling and two new characters. They are Surge the Tenrec and Kit the Fennec. From what I know, these seem to be all three of them are kind of based on like these glitch characters that were in like the Genesis games.
Characters?
Yeah, I don't know the full story. Like, I know Starling's design is partially based on a glitch character named Weknia. Well, dubbed Weknia by some. In game they were just like a lot, like 6 stars in a line, hence Starline. Surge the Tenrec, I think I don't really know as much about Surge, but I think they're called like, I think the glitch character is named Akuma? Ashura. There's also Fen is sort of like drawing from Blue Knuckles and Blue Tails, which were like these glitch characters in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's kind of neat that they're drawing on this legacy for them. It's supposed to be part of their sort of like road to issue 50, which I think is sometime next year. We're on like, yeah, the latest issue to have come out is, I'm trying to find it. The latest issue to have come out as of right now is issue 43. So in about 7 months, or around like early to mid 2022, they'll have reached issue 50. From what I know, the story is supposed to be leading up to like something big happening on that milestone issue. Other than that, we've got a couple other things. Some merch was announced. You can find a new line of plushes are being released, featuring the likes of Emerald from Sonic Battle, Whisper the Wolf, I believe some new Tails and Knuckles plushes, some Chow plushes, and to the surprise of many, Mephiles from Sonic 06.
People are fucking stoked. No, isn't he from, he from the... He's from 06?
Yeah, he's like the secret ultimate villain of Sonic 06.
I thought he was from, that game where you got to create a character.
Oh, Sonic Forces? No, that's Infinite.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. It's cool.
People fucking love him in the comments, though, but, I think Knuckles and Tails are, like, little, like...
Oh, right, they're like
like chibi guys. I don't know.
Yeah, they
use a different word.
They call it, like, emoji style, like...
Amogus.
Yeah, Amogus style.
Yeah. There's already, like, a Sonic one that's been around for a couple years that's in this style, and they're sort of leaning into it with these new ones.
But only those two. Like, everyone else is, like, normal. A lot of people are excited about Whisper, but there is not currently a Tangle.
I'm not sure. I feel like there was, but I honestly don't remember.
I might be wrong.
Maybe it can't... I honestly don't remember. So, aside from that, we have just a little bit of news from good old Ken Penders.
Oh, hooray.
Ken Penders, in a very charitable in a very charitable decision, Ken Penders is now willing to license out his characters for $10,000 per character plus a percentage of royalties.
No way.
Hell yeah.
He wants both?
Mm-hmm.
What a greedy little fuckface. Like, come on.
Yeah.
His reasoning for this is what it cost Archie to license out the characters back in the 90s.
No, there's no way. There's no way it costs $10,000 plus royalties. I
think there's a world of difference between a then major video game icon and a largely forgotten set of side characters like Evil Sonic and Jeffrey St. John and whoever else. It is surprising and interesting, I suppose is the word. Aside from that, there is one last thing I wanted to reveal. Another bit of merch recently came out. I have in my hand Sonic the Hedgehog Peach Rings flavored G Fuel energy drink. I'm just gonna open it up right now and do a little taste test.
Get ready to see God, I guess.
Mm-hmm. We're not sponsored by G Fuel.
But if they want to sponsor us, I'll take the money.
I have mixed feelings. I like how it tastes, though.
So, I think it's pretty okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of, zero sugar stuff because the zero sugar sweeteners usually leave a bad aftertaste in my mouth, as this one is right now, but as far as, getting that sort of peach flavor, it definitely nails that. It's not that bad.
I love, shitty energy drinks, honestly, but
yeah,
I just specifically have mixed feelings about G Fuel, and not because of the lead thing, either. But I do like that they did, a Sonic thing. I think that's neat. Peach rings for, the golden rings.
Yeah. Like the candy and the collectible. Yeah. It's alright.
It's alright.
Alright.
And I think that about wraps us up for news, unless I'm missing anything. Let me double check. I wrote down everything to go over. Yep, I've gone over all of the notes. So, let's get into these episodes. Not episodes.
They're kind of episodes.
These... I guess it is released in 2 parts. You could call that 2 episodes. So
2 feature-length movies. No, they're half an hour.
Yeah, they sort of combine into a feature-length film.
It's good.
It's cinema.
It's cinema to me.
So,
it's fucking
a little bit of background. The Snapcube real-time Fandubs are in fact a spin-off of an earlier product called just Real-Time Fandub, which was run by a collection of professional and amateur voice actors. Mostly amateur. by this guy called Charlie Marlowe. Charlie Marlowe, he seems like a pretty neat guy, also known as Poplik VA. I know he's doing a Gravity Falls podcast called, Mystery Shack Look Back. I listened to a couple of episodes of that for a while. It's nice. Not like, I wouldn't say it's stellar, but it's fun. And Real-Time Fandub, I didn't look into, like, the old Real-Time Fandub stuff, but, like, the original one was for a couple episodes of Gravity Falls.
Oh.
And then they sort of, like, expanded into, like, other bits of animation. There was, like, various early things, involving animation and eventually one of the members, Penny Parker, expanded it into her own thing called the Snapcube Real-Time Fandubs, and those have been a lot more popular, and they're on, like, a lot of the people who are on that are part of this sort of, like, group known as Clown House, named after the two founding members, Chase, aka Clown, Paper Mario Wiki or Clown something, and Alfred, aka Paper Box House.
I had not realized it was Paper Box House at first who was voicing Eggman, because I occasionally will watch him on Twitch. I don't remember how I came across him, but...
Right. Yeah, I was surprised when I realized, like, Chase was Paper Mario Wiki, because I was following him on Tumblr in, like, the mid-2010s. And onwards. But yeah, it's a neat little project. I will note, at this point in the Real-Time Fandub's history, like, i.e. when we watch this, I don't think Chase hadn't joined the group yet. Alfred was, and there are two members, I'm forgetting their names, but they played the roles of Rouge, Tails, and Amy. They are not part of the group anymore because, well, to put it bluntly, they were excommunicated for being manipulative.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down all the names of the people, but, I guess it's probably not that important if they were, like, kicked out anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
They were the voice of Tails and Rouge, and then the other one was Amy and Knuckles.
Right. With all that background details aside, I guess we'll try to make sense of these 60 plus minutes of audio shitposting.
This is a puzzle.
Audio filmography.
Alright. So we open with the shot of a helicopter. Sonic the Hedgehog has been arrested and has been placed in a cell inside the helicopter. But he busts out.
He threatens to kill everyone and then busts out.
You hear some ring sounds implying he's beating people up.
Yeah. Big the Cat is here. And I believe someone calls Sonic a son of a bitch.
Yes.
We get our opening sequence where, once again, all of our actors are introduced. That night, Sonic runs into Shadow, and Shadow needs to know where the nearest Hot Topic is.
He also keeps saying Zahurudo, which I think is a JoJo.
Yeah, he hid in that
Yeah.
Zarudo.
Yeah. It's not a diamond because it's green.
Yeah, you idiot.
It's an emerald. It's a demerald. Shadow displays his power, and Sonic says that he's faster than Sonic.
Diamonds aren't green, dick nips.
We cut to Knuckles, Rouge, and Eggman in the desert.
Well, they don't know Eggman's there at first. It's just
Yeah.
Knuckles and Rouge, like, talking.
I think they're talking about weed or something.
They're talking about weed and Rouge's one
Yeah.
polygon huge titties.
Yeah.
And Eggman's like, Sonic, you fuck... Oh, Sonic's
Knuckles,
not
you
here.
fucker.
And then he steals the big... He steals the big emerald. The big weed emerald.
Mm-hmm.
AKA the Master Emerald.
Yeah.
And Knuckles doesn't care at first, but then he calls Rouge a thought, and he does care, and he punches it and breaks it.
Yeah. We get our next scene. Tails is flying a plane all by himself, but he's not qualified for this. He's 5 years old. Who let this boy fly a plane? And then...
He's a fucking baby.
Yeah. Tails... So, like, Tails sees Amy, and then Tails sees Eggman, and they fight. Tails wins the fight, and every time he hits Eggman, Eggman is overwhelmed by the sheer power of Tails' mech suit.
Eggman dying noises are so
threatens
good.
to call the police.
And then Tails is like, I am the police.
And then...
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot.
I'll be back. Yeah, after the fight, he reveals this tragic fact.
We learn more about his wife in the second part.
Yeah. So, Amy is here. She says this. She says that Tails' plane looks really gross.
Yeah, she hates it.
Tails leaves. Sonic is in jail again.
He leaves Amy behind because she insulted his shit.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Sonic's in jail again. Amy somehow gets there. Who knows how? She says, maybe it wasn't because a 5-year-old helped me. It was all me.
Me too.
Yeah. It is worth noting, in case we haven't made it clear yet, this is all cutscenes from Sonic Adventure 2 that, the cast has done a completely improvised, unrehearsed, audio dub of, with some stuff added in post for, like, sound effects and stuff.
Yeah, perfect recreation of what happens in the game, Sonic Adventure 2.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Amy frees Sonic.
With her V card?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the V card thing is.
Like for
He has to fuck her if he wants to get out of prison.
But
Right.
then he's like, I don't need your help, Amy. But then she's like, fine. And then she leaves, but she actually swipes him out.
Yeah. We cut to, Sonic and Shadow in the jungle.
This part is so fucking good because
Yeah.
Alfred. Oh my god! Sorry, go ahead.
They fight. They introduce themselves to each other. And after their fight, Eggman tells them that the island will blow up in 13 seconds. The group then breaks character to reveal that that's exactly what happens. Alfred, having no prior experience with Sonic Adventure 2, in a Nostradamus-esque fashion, predicted the next cutscene perfectly.
Yeah. Alfred, the Eggman voice.
Yeah.
He's never played the game, and he's like freaking out because he's like, "What? This explode? He like doesn't know how he called
It's
it.
the
but,
environmental.
I mean,
it's the environmental story
and also
of Sonic the Hedgehog.
true. I like that. I like that. There's this whole thing about like Hot Topic wannabe, and then Shadow, who already was like, "Yeah, I want to go to Hot Topic." He's like, "Oh no, my secret has been revealed." Yeah.
Knuckles has
to
ended up
a
in
Chow?
Pumpkin, or what?
Isn't he talking to a Chow in Pumpkin Hill?
Oh right, Omochow's there.
Oh, it's Omo Chow.
Yeah, Knuckles has ended up in Pumpkin Hill. Presumably just ended up there after some wonderful weed smoking.
Me too.
We then cut...
Me too.
That's how I go visit the Chows.
Yeah.
That's how you
That's
get to
actually-
the Chow Garden.
Yeah, that's actually what happens. There's like... You find the box that has like the chow on it, and inside is a big fat bunt.
A big fat
You get high off.
After the stage is over, you celebrate with a big fat bunt, and you end up in the chow garden.
Oh.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah. So, Eggman reveals that he is not selling his stocks. He is keeping his stocks. And,
He takes all the stores in the world. He wants, including the Victoria's Secret.
He's got Victoria's Secret. He's got, some other stores. And he decides he's gonna blow up the moon because it didn't have the cheese he wanted. He describes what his plans as being like Evangelion or some shit.
And it sure is.
Yeah.
Blowing up the moon.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since I've seen Evangelion. I'm sure that happens.
I'm sure it does.
Well, hey, there's a new movie.
There is a new movie.
True.
Oh,
and then, like, Sonic's like, well, fuck the moon, and then Tails is like, I like the moon. That kind of sucks. But Sonic's like, the moon might have said something shitty about Eggman's mom. You don't know. And then he's given a piss rock.
Yeah.
It's not called that yet. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. It is just called an emerald at the moment. A diamond.
You jumped the piss rock.
I'm sorry. I got excited to talk about the piss rock. It's not called that yet. I'm sorry.
I can't blame you, honestly. I believe Sonic gets an epiphany. The next day, Amy is with Tails trying to tell a joke. She wants to be a comedian, but she isn't very funny.
And Tails is on the phone with his dentist.
Also, Knuckles is here.
Yeah, Tails is like, hey, Amy, you should probably, like, not quit your day job and marry Rich. And Amy's like, maybe I will. And then Knuckles appears out of the sewer, and she's like, my lover is here.
This is the rich guy I'm gonna marry. And then Knuckles is like, hey.
Knuckles says,
What
hey,
else?
beautiful, and oh, hey, Amy.
What else happens? I know Knuckles gets knocked over by Tails.
Right.
That's all I remember.
In the next
Amy tries to
scene...
love on Knuckles, and Knuckles calls Amy a thought.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
I believe what happens next is there's a scene where the president is in his limo. He has a dentist appointment at 7. And some
He cancels it, though.
Yeah. Some weird music starts playing. And Eggman reveals his identity as Mr. Glitch. He's trying to sell his album, Crackin' Eggs.
And the president seems kind of intrigued by this, but then Sonic runs alongside the limo that he's in. And just appears in the limo magically.
He is the president's former lover, and he doesn't want this to be talked about.
He's like, I'm putting that behind me, Mr. President. I love the president's voice. Who voices the president? Is that Alfred again?
I'm not sure.
Whoever voices, I don't know why. I just really like the president's weird voice.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm listening. It's definitely Alfred.
Tails finds a copy of Sims 4 in the limo, which Sonic's kind of pissed about because it's the worst Sims, but they jump out of there anyway. And then the president's sad that his lover is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what else. Something about fucking crops. Oh no, that's later.
Yeah, so everyone's now in Egypt. They're at the pyramids. They have to go in. Knuckles wants to punch something. I don't remember.
He wants to punch something at the top of the pyramid.
Right.
Who knows what Knuckles wants to do?
Yeah.
This just seems like Canon Knuckles a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit extra high, but
I mean,
yeah,
just
Canon
threatening
Knuckles
to
smokes
punch.
weed all the time.
Definitely.
Damn, you're so right. They just don't show it in the game, that's all. I'm saying they're more explicit about it in this.
You just can't see the polygon bunt he's holding.
True.
So, they go in. The door to the pyramid is a low-res JPEG.
There's a lot of low-res JPEGs in this game. Including the city that Sonic falls into when he's about to do his whole rolling around at the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Escape from the city part. I didn't even realize that was a JPEG when I was a child. I was like, oh.
Yeah. They face off against Eggman, and Eggman says that Sonic took his wife, fucked his crops. He's taken his life.
Me too.
Yeah. And then NASA's here.
Don't fuck the crops, Devon.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me what to do.
You're right.
That's true.
Oh, fucking NASA's here.
Yeah.
I'm just as confused as Alfred is, because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Have you never played this game? This was a trip.
Yeah.
I was like, I've played this, but it's been a while.
Yeah, Sonic boards a NASA-style rocket ship that comes out of the pyramid and flies into space.
We love the ancient Egyptian NASA. We love it.
Here's a cool fact for everybody. The pyramid hiding an ancient, cool spaceship or something or whatever is the plot of Transformers 2, Revenge of the
You're so right.
Fuck yeah.
That's the only Transformers I saw, too.
So there's that for everybody.
Yeah.
Whatever director made that movie cribbed off of Sonic.
Wasn't it Michael Bay?
Yeah, whoever.
Michael Bay is a secret Sonic enthusiast.
Oh,
Sonic
probably.
head.
There's there's big explosions in this game, so he probably would like it.
Yeah.
Oh, he would fucking love this movie.
So
This movie, this game.
The movie,
Sonic,
the game.
I should note that
The movie, the game, the podcast.
I should note that due to the way these cutscenes work, these are just often like vignettes broken up by little screens showing like times and location, but the location names are all in Japanese, and the time is all in like on a 24-hour clock.
I'm like not surprised they used the Japanese version so they can't like hear what they're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, kind of.
Yeah. So they go into space in the NASA
They all
ship.
end up on it. I thought it was just Sonic at first, but no, it's all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Tails asks about crop fucking.
Yeah, Tails wants to know what Eggman meant by Sonic fucking crops. We
And
cut
Sonic
to them
hates to
inside.
talk about it.
He really does, because
Fair.
Yeah, we cut to like the inside of. They've gone to the inside of the Space Colony Ark, and Sonic has finished explaining how the exact process in which he fucks crops.
Hey, here's a question.
Amy,
Did real-time Fandub predict City Country Girls Make Do before it ever came out? When was the Country Girls Make Do meme around?
let me see if I can find a date on this video.
See, the
'Cause I
thing
think-
is that country girls have always made do, and
It's true.
they've been doing that since farms were created. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Since the agricultural
Why do you-
revolution, country girls have made do.
Yes.
It's quite beautiful, actually.
It's evolution.
Yeah. Anyways, Sonic made do.
Sonic
and
made do.
And Amy's a veggie now,
Amy's a veggie.
as in a vegetable fucker. I was like, a vegetarian? No, that's not what she's saying.
Amy watches
a
Veggie
furry,
Tales.
but for vegetables.
Amy watches Veggie Tales and gets real sweaty.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, it's at this point that, Tails explains to Sonic that the emerald that he gave before, also known as the Piss Rock, must be placed in a nuclear reactor to overload the system.
Actually, Amy explains this.
Right,
Because Tails
right.
wants to keep it.
Right, Tails wanted to keep it.
And
'cause
give
he-
it to his mom.
Mhm.
He does later help Sonic figure out where to put it in the reactor, but like...
Yeah.
Here, Mom,
That's
here's
right.
a piss rock. I got it for you.
Here's a piss rock. Isn't it pretty?
Mom, I got you some piss rock.
It's not my piss.
So,
I sealed my piss in carbonite.
No.
Sonic goes to the reactor and he's trying to remember what to do. I think Tails is telling him over a walkie-talkie. And
Yes.
Knuckles runs into Rouge. They talk about like getting coffee later. Rouge nearly falls over, but Knuckles saves her.
When does she give him weed?
She gives him so much weed,
I-
but I think that's later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big the Cat is here. Rouge is super high right now.
Yeah, why is Big just in the
Big is
background?
always just in the background.
Yeah, so the reason why out of character is like there were these Easter eggs in the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 2 where if you hit a certain button at the right time, and it was a very slim window, but if you hit it at the right time, Big the Cat would show up in the background.
Oh, I only ever played the GameCube version. Okay.
I think they might have restored it in the later re-releases over like on like 6th generation consoles and PC and stuff. Or not 6th generation, 7th generation. But anyways, so Eggman's pointing a gun at Amy.
Threatening to pop
Yeah.
one in her or something.
Sonic shows up. And he's got the piss rock. Eggman tells Sonic to drop the piss rock, or something's gonna happen to his bloom. but Sonic likes when that happens to his bling.
Yeah, I was like, what is he saying? Bling?
He's
What?
just saying his boom.
His balls?
Balls.
His balls.
Balls.
Also, my notes say that the weed stash happened before this.
Oh, right. Right. The weed, there... I think, like...
This is very important lore.
Yeah, Rouge tosses a bunch of weed crystals at Knuckles. Just for him.
And then, yeah, the piss rock,
Yeah.
the bling, the bling. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wrote bling in my notes because that's what I thought I heard. I have no idea what I was doing.
I don't know.
I guess I was just too high. I don't know.
Sonic gets trapped because he may or may not have farted. And he gets shot into Earth. So, in his last moments of desperation, he prays to the piss rock. And Eggman is going to take over the world. And everyone has to watch his Splatoon 2 Let's Plays.
Oh, please God, no.
torture.
Please
This
God,
fucking
no.
torture. We have to watch his Splatoon 2 Let's Plays, and we have to watch his fucking
never
Vine
puts the good ones
compilations.
He's
And
not
he doesn't even pick the good ones.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know how to do any of the tricks in Splatoon 2, and his vines are all just knockoffs of everyone else's vines. He's getting people to do it for the Vine in public.
No, he does compilations of them.
Not even the good
and
ones.
not even the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know he doesn't have Solo Head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So,
and then Tails fucking kills him.
Yeah, Tails and Eggman have a rematch.
Doesn't Tails say, like, he doesn't want to live anymore? Sonic's dead.
Yeah, he does say that.
And his piss rock is gone. He's like, Sonic's gone and the piss rock's gone. I don't fucking care.
Tails is on a warpath in this.
And just as he defeats Eggman, Tails reveals he knows who his mother is.
Eggman reveals he knows who his mother is, but Tails is like, you're lying.
That's impossible.
And I won.
Yeah.
He says it a lot more confidently. He's like, no you don't, you fucking liar.
So Knuckles is somewhere. I believe he's somewhere around Funland. And Sonic teleports in. The piss rock saved him.
Jesus saved him, maybe, also?
Yeah, maybe Jesus too. Maybe Jesus acted through the piss rock, it's not clear. I mean, we know about Piss Christ, so...
I moved through the piss rock, my child. When there was one set of footprints in the sand, that's where the piss rock was dragging you.
Yeah. Sonic's high now, and he runs off. Into Funland with Shadow.
He's having a good time with Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding, they race.
Yeah. Sonic and Shadow are, like, talking about piss rocks. And Sonic is just a guy who loves piss rocks. They fight.
And Shadow talks in a very, like, sensual voice.
Oh, yeah, very sensual. He's a very
We all
sensual
know that
person.
about Shadow.
Yeah. And then, the base explodes. A glitch goes off. And, Sonic, standing on, like, the very tip of the Space Colony arc announces that he should have taken his Claritin XD. And that's the end of the hero story. So, because this is based on Sonic Adventure 2, there's also a dark story focused on Shadow, Eggman, and Rouge. It's not very clear if this is taking place concurrently or after the events of the hero story. In the original Sonic Adventure 2, it was very clearly concurrently, but there are some lines that suggest it might have happened after. So,
Eggman said, "So nice, gotta do it twice."
Mm-hmm.
He also has just been trapped somewhere.
Yeah, he's trapped in this unknown building. The people
For who knows how long? Because he says 17 days. He says 3 years. Who knows?
He's gone
Yeah.
crazy.
Very unclear.
He's lost control of. He doesn't know how much time has passed.
There are no
It's
windows
been such
in
an
there.
agonizing. Yeah, he's been trapped in the building. They're trying to lock him in so he'll starve. He's like shooting through robots and stuff. And eventually he gets to level 7 of the building. The door opens for him, and he thinks how now that he's gonna leave the building, he can finally see his loving wife, Martha.
Finally.
The first thing he does is he logs into his Twitter.
Well, he tries to log into his Twitter.
Yeah, he doesn't remember the password. He thinks it's egg, but it doesn't seem to be that. He tries to log in with his diamond, but instead of his Twitter unlocking, it's something else unlocks. Hot Topic Shadow. He's got hot sauce in his head, he's got jet boots.
He puts hot sauce on everything, apparently.
Yeah.
That's how we know Shadow is
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Damn. You're so right.
They decide to, after Shadow fights off this mech robot, Eggman asks Shadow to join him in his efforts to take over the world or something. And Shadow's response is, "Lol, get wrecked, you fat scrub." He's gonna fuck Eggman's wife.
And he does.
Yeah. So...
This is canonically a very cuckold-heavy story.
Yeah, from this point onward, cuckoldry becomes a major focus of the story. Let's see.
This is major
he,
theme.
He eventually gets, I guess, back to his base or something, and he compares himself to Gru, and he calls himself Eggru, and he logs into Twitter again, and this time he gets in. He decides to check his wife's Twitter, and what the fuck? Is that Shadow's dick?
It is.
It is.
Yeah. It has become clear at this point that Eggman has fucked... that Shadow has fucked Eggman's wife. At some point, Shadow hears whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police. I think that's from, This Is America, right? Or something like that? Anyways, so, hearing whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police, Shadow is reminded of his time with Maria, where the alarms on the Space Colony Ark sounded exactly like that.
He was betrayed by Maria.
He was betrayed.
'Cause he farted!
Yeah, he farted, and he got locked in the thing like Sonic did, even though Maria smelt it, and therefore dealt it. We get a sort of rehash of the Zawarudo scene. Shadow's got his weed crystal. Sonic's begging for it. Shadow is like doing Zawarudo and escapes. Meanwhile, Rouge logs into Eggman's Twitter account. And then we get we get an Eggman Sadness AMV.
I fucking do. He literally singing the like Mad World, but like about himself. All around we are familiar Eggman. God.
And when the AMV ends, he finds himself back in the building where he was trapped before.
He's so pissed.
When do you think we're gonna get an Eggman AMV set to This Is War?
Hang on, let me see.
Oh my god.
Now hold on.
Now, I will say, I'm looking up YouTube. I did look up and I found, in the first results of Eggman This Is War AMV, the first 3 results are as follows. A Sonic the Hedgehog This Is War AMV. Another one based on This Is War but with Sonic characters. And the third is Ivo Robotnik Genius, which seems to be based on movie Robotnik set to
Let's
Genius.
fucking go.
I have... This is the second time I have seen a movie Eggman AMV, actually. I think this might be by the same person. I'm not 100% sure.
This person just loves movie Eggman. He just loves they just love Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey stands
Eggman.
are on it.
Okay. I'm
Give
looking
me a
at this.
fucking Eggman fan cam.
Give me an Eggman fan
Okay, this
cam.
person didn't make the other one, but they have posted several different videos of set to Stobotnik, which is Robotnik and Agent Stone, who was his like lackey guy. There is an Eggman
shipping?
Toxic AMV. Yeah, I do remember people like shipping Eggman and Agent Stone.
All right.
Because yeah, they were definitely fucking, is the thing.
Oh, for in the movie. Yeah, you're right. They
yeah.
were definitely. There was a lot of tension there.
Okay. The Toxic AMV's by a different person. But the point still stands. Anyways. With that done. Eggman confronts Shadow. He says he's going to kill him. And then kill him again. But unfortunately... his account gets blocked for drama. Even though... Which just goes to show you... Twitter's priorities. They care about drama. They don't care about the Nazis. As Shadow makes clear.
I was like, damn, I'm sorry Nazis exist in your world too, Shadow.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks. When does Rouge show up?
Oh, it's around this point that Shadow reveals he's got like 50 alt accounts. And he's going to delete Eggman's Twitter. But Eggman has 70 alternate accounts.
Oh shit!
But they're all Eggfucker1, Eggfucker2, etc.
I bet they all have the egg, like, when you first sign up to Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
He just, like, kept it, because he's like, that's me.
Yeah, but they... I like to think they aren't the default ones, though. He just takes that picture and reopens
Yeah,
it.
they're... He just downloaded the egg and uploaded it as his icon. And then Rouge shows up. She reveals she also fucked Eggman's wife. And Eggman is at a loss.
He's so distraught. He's so distraught about these... What does he say? Cuckhog? Yeah, he says cuckhog at some point.
he also refers to them as Team for Affinity. And we cut to them on, like, the prison island. And Eggman's, like, going over his plan for them to, like, steal all of Sonic's marijuana. Amy's on her summer break, I think.
Yeah, I think Shadow says he's on spring break.
Oh, right.
And then Amy does too, and they run into each other, and she's like, "Ooh, a man!" But then Eggman's there, and she's like, "Oh fuck, ah shit."
So,
Amy about to fucking jump off a ship or something.
Yeah.
But Tails shows up?
Yeah, Tails shows up. Shadow spends some time thinking about Maria and Rouge. Shadow
Is this when he talks about peeing on the Earth?
I don't... No, that's just after
no,
this.
that's after the explosion. Yep.
Yeah. We get sort of like the rehash of the prison island stuff. The island blows up.
And it's like Hawaii is gone.
Yeah.
There's like a song. There's a whole song and dance to Hawaii blowing up.
Yeah.
We all know it. We've all heard it before.
And while Hawaii is blowing up, we get a flashback of Maria and Shadow on the Space Colony Ark, looking out on Earth. Shadow talks about how he wants to piss on the Earth as a sign of power. And
it's like marking territory and stuff. And he wants to do it to the entire Earth.
As well as specifically a hot topic.
You know.
We cut to present day, and Shadow's telling Rouge about the story, and how he still feels this way. Rouge offers to take Shadow to the hot topic. And Shadow's really excited. Apparently he has not pissed since that moment, just waiting for the opportunity to piss in a hot topic.
Eggman walks in.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's really good delivery.
Yeah. What the fuck are you guys doing? And then Shadow, on the drop of a hat, reveals he pissed on Eggman's wife. We then cut to what is widely considered the most famous scene of the entire presentation. Eggman makes an announcement to the world. Shadow the Hedgehog pissed on his fucking wife. He took his Quilly Hedgehog dick out and pissed on his wife. And he's making a call-out post on his Twitter.com. He says that Shadow the Hedgehog has a small dick, the size of a walnut, except way smaller. And then Eggman reveals his dick, which is in fact the Space Colony Ark. All points, no quills, no pillows. It's perfect. And
all shaft, no head.
And then, he then proceeds to take a super laser piss on the moon. The moon shatters from this. And Eggman asks, "How do you like that, Obama?" There is now 24 hours until the piss droplets hit the Earth. And then
he says, "Obama, you idiot!"
You idiot. How do you like that, Obama, you idiot?
Hey, if we just met the president in the last episode, or last... Yeah, I'm gonna call them episodes. Why is Obama white?
That's a different president to me.
Okay.
You know the whole not mine president thing? Yeah, there's two presidents,
It's like the Pope and the anti-Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Pope and the nega Pope.
President.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's at this point that the group has to pause the stream because they're overwhelmed by just how amazing Alfred's bit was.
So I watched the first part in the morning before work. I watched that part while I was at lunch at work, and I was like, why did I watch this here? Because, I mean, I was just on my phone, like, no one saw me, but I was, like, laughing my ass off. I was like, I bet everyone thinks I'm fucking insane.
Yeah, so...
It's incredible.
When we cut back, Shadow and Rouge are trying to give Eggman an intervention. And because he did just, like, piss on the moon, and he made a huge threat to the world.
He did this last night. He woke up, like, hungover, question mark? Maybe drunk the next day? We're not really sure.
Right.
You know.
He's like, his body's starting to move around weird. He can't control himself.
He's like a puppet.
Yeah. Then, Shadow's in the middle of nowhere. In fact, this middle of nowhere looks a lot like Pumpkin Hell. While he's in Pumpkin Hill, he finds Tails flying without Sonic's permission.
He also sings Pumpkin Hill song.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Shadow has to, like, call up Sonic, and, like, tell him that, that Tails is flying without his permission. And then, Eggman comes in and asks, why is Sonic on the villain line? And I don't remember exactly what happens next. I think Rouge and Shadow, like, hum out the Zelda theme.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, Rouge is, like, talking on the phone, too.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking
Oh,
to
this
Sonic.
that's after the Zelda. That's actually a bunch of people, I think, singing the Zelda song.
Yeah.
And that's when the rocket gets launched into space.
Yeah.
I'm, like, scrolling it at the same time, because I'm like, I don't remember what order this happened in. Sorry.
That's
I'm
fine.
like... Because I'm like, I know at some point Rouge is on the phone with Sonic, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear they've all been lovers. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Eggman wants Sonic off the villain line. We get Rouge tossing, like, the weed crystals at Knuckles again. And Knuckles forms it into a weed sandwich, which looks a lot like the Master Emerald.
It has mayonnaise.
With extra mayo.
Yeah, extra mayo. Knuckles and Rouge agree that they're gonna meet behind the Denny's later. I think to get high. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Big's there too. Our next scene, Eggman exclaims, sorry, who posted my nudes on Twitter.com?
Shadow's talking shit about his dick.
Mm-hmm. Eggman has a secret egg dick. Yeah. And then Eggman points a gun at Amy. We then get another wonderful little scene where Shadow's just on the Ark by a window, and he has only one thing on his mind. Maria. And then there's an explosion in the background. It's, like, perfectly timed, completely by accident.
So good.
And they have to stop the stream again because they're too overwhelmed by this bit.
Maria.
Uh,
You gotta watch this, honestly, even if
Yeah.
you don't know anything about this game.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
And I watched it.
we are... As much as we are trying to, I don't think we can truly do this justice. Go watch it. It's free. It's on YouTube. It's, like... It's about as long as it's taking for us to describe it, frankly.
Honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rouge gains access to the Twitter headquarters, and, is planning to, I think she, like, says that she can post everyone's dick now.
Is she posting Eggman's dick to everyone's Twitter? Is that what
Yeah,
she's
she
doing?
said she's able to log
I
into
think.
everywhere, and she shall post egg dick everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, Shadow comes in and is like, no, don't do that. The pictures that were posted before were actually photoshopped. His dick looks a lot worse than that.
It looks like, and I quote, every single Tetris block at once.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I, like, kind of want to see it.
I
But I
think,
don't.
Do you think it's like
also.
color-coded like Tetris blocks?
You know? Yeah. But, like,
Yeah,
all
but-
at once, so it's kind of confusing
Yeah.
to watch. It sounds like it's kind of an abomination. Like, it's almost like Eldritch.
Like, none of them are
nature?
stacked correctly, so, like, none of them will, like, get any points. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I think around this point, like, Shadow says, "Be gone, thought," or something. Shadow runs into Sonic again at Funland, and they decide to run very, very fast. 12 fast, even. Shadow tells Sonic about Eggman's dick, and how it defies nature. And then there's just a bunch of words on the screen. Like,
Like, after their race.
yeah.
Maria! Maria!
Like, Space Colony Art.
Maria!
End of the world!
Prayer.
Prototype!
Like, what is this weird sci-fi shit happening? What is happening?
One day, someday, we will talk about Sonic Adventure 1, or Sonic Adventure 2. The actual Sonic Adventure 2, not this, silly real-time Fandub.
This is the
And,
real one to me.
and we can,
This is all that matters.
and then we can understand the source material a bit more. So,
When we ever get to the Sonic 06, I will be going, haha, one! The whole time.
eventually, so these words on the screen mark the end of the Dark Story and the beginning of the final story, which is sort of like the last third of the video, of the second video. So, Eggman is bemoaning. Eggman is on Twitter and is bemoaning how his nudes have been uploaded. And then he sees his dad. Eggman's dad is truly disgusted. He cannot believe that people posted his son's nudes online for everyone to see.
He
Yeah.
sounds
Just
like
awful.
a mob boss a little bit.
You done did it now. It's at this point Eggman learns that everyone has fucked his wife. So, Eggman's gonna get a divorce now. Also, I think while his dad is, like, talking, there's, like, words flashing on the screen like before. Stuff like prototype, arc, etc.
Destroy. Maria. You know. The usual.
So
Eggman also starts like explaining what happens with like his wife, like how she like the whole world is gonna fuck her or something. I don't really know. He like fucking loses his mind. He's like writing a diary entry, losing his mind about his wife.
Eggman has been broken.
He was posting it to Twitter. That's what he was doing. I was like, what is he doing?
He was posting on Twitter. Then Amy's wandering around the Ark, and she feels like there's a pervert around here. And it's her! Hooray!
And Big just kind of appears near
he just sort of runs by.
But she's the pervert.
Yeah, she's the pervert. Shadow is thinking to himself about peeing on the world. And then Amy goes into this weird sort of rambling bit where, like, she's talking about how she was kicked out of her home at the age of 6. But she, like, worked her way up. And now she owns the whole world.
And then, doesn't she say something like, all of this will belong to you? Like, kind of like Lion King?
Yeah. Very Lion King-esque.
To Shadow.
You know, just an aside, I've been drinking this Peach Rings G Fuel, and I gotta say, based on past experience, it does taste exactly like Peach Rings. I'm not a big fan of Peach Rings, but they really nailed the flavor.
Hell
Anyways.
Whoa.
I might have to try some.
I found this at Walmart. I think they sell it also at Spencer's, maybe. I'm not sure. Probably go with Walmart.
Well, I am never answering a Spencer's.
No. I know they've sold merch at Spencer's in the past, but I don't know the exact details.
I have gone into a Spencer's to look for Pokemon stuff before.
I know there's like an exclusive... There was like an exclusive Sonic 1 variant that was only released at Spencer's Gifts.
Interesting.
Anyways. Where was I? Okay, here we are. Shadow says he made a promise to Maria. That he would pee on everything.
I have your picture, dear Maria.
Yeah, count me in. I got the fun on
Yeah. And it's at one point one of the Dubbers notes, if Shadow's so obsessed with piss, then he's gonna be real excited about Supersonic.
Oh yeah. He sure is.
So it's around this point that Shadow runs into Bio-Lizard, who is Shadow's brother. Shadow fights Bio-Lizard. At one point he resets the voice module and Bio-Lizard's voice completely changes.
There's some throbbing balls before that, but yeah.
There's like balls. Bio-Lizard gives birth. I think someone says something looks like a butt.
The diamond? I don't... Or the... Never mind. Yeah, I think you're right.
Then Sonic and Shadow touch dicks, and they realize something. They love getting peed on. They go super, so they can fight Bio-Lizard one more time.
They also touch dicks.
Yeah, they touch dicks.
They touch dicks.
I think they jack each other off.
Sonic says
they literally... Oh my god. They literally look like they're jacking each other off because their hands go like... But Sonic also says he has a dick on his hand. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Devon.
I was just gonna say, Sonic does say that Shadow looks a little dehydrated there.
Yeah.
Because his piss.
Yeah.
What you drinking, buddy?
They go super. They fight BioLizard. And
They're all covered in piss.
they are
They
all
fight
covered in
BioLizard.
piss. And BioLizard just has one question. A math problem. Something like, if Tails has 3 apples, and Amy has 10 apples, or so on and so forth. And what's the total mass of the sun? I believe they reveal now it's 3.
It's 3.
Yeah.
And it's right. And he blows up.
Yeah.
Didn't Alfred, also guess, what happened with the BioLizard again? And how, Shadow was gonna become a monster like him?
I'm not sure. But Shadow dies for real.
Shadow dies.
Sonic gives Rouge a ring to remember Shadow with. And Rouge says she's gonna eat it, but it's not an edible ring. They talk about how Shadow's gonna come back to life someday.
'Cause he's Jesus?
Yeah,
he is.
He is.
They talk
on.
about it. I'm not just asking, is he
Hang on.
Jesus? I'm they talk about him.
DeviantArt.com. Shadow the Hedgehog.
No.
Jesus.
No,
Yeah.
he's crucified for your sins.
Let's see.
I can't wait.
There are surprisingly... Oh, I misspelled hedgehog, that's why. Okay. Here we go. Now that I've spelled hedgehog right, there are quite a few results, but none are what I was hoping for. I think it might have just had the phrase Jesus somewhere in here, as a sort of general usage of the phrase, oh, Jesus, etc. Not as much Christian stuff as I thought. Maybe I'll have to type Christian Shadow the Hedgehog to get the right results, but
Shadow
for
the
now.
Hedgehog become
Yeah, I'm not
Catholic.
seeing a lot of Shadow
Yeah.
himself being crucified.
Anyways, Eggman is drunk, and he's thinking about, man, he sure does miss Shadow. That guy sure loved to piss on things. Knuckles and Rouge agree to get high behind the Denny's. And Sonic goes... Yeah?
They talk about an orgy at some point?
Yeah, they talk about maybe there's going to be a big orgy or something. Eggman has been broken ever since he spent 3 years in the building. And Sonic leaves to get Chipotle. He's not getting anything for anyone else. The end. I'm not sure. It was certainly funny. I'm not sure if there was a plot. I think the plot was mostly in the second half.
Yeah, I think a lot of, it was a little bit plottier, I guess, in, the dark story.
Yeah.
And it was mostly just about fucking Eggman's wife.
Yeah.
And getting on Twitter. Which, that's just everyone's life
Yeah.
at this point, anyway. Everything's posting, and I'm only
Everything's
half kidding.
posting and fucking someone else's wife.
Eggman predicted that. It's true.
Yeah. This is just a story about someone being the main character on Twitter for a couple days.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main character thing has kind of gotten cringe at this point, but this was made before then.
Yeah. So that wraps up our questions. That doesn't wrap up our questions. That wraps
will
up
have
the
Questions were
episode.
fast.
So let's go to questions. Alright, questions. Let me see here. Forum or Twitter. I'll check Twitter first. I think we got one question on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our Twitter question comes from Jasmine Marsh, who asks, "How do you feel about hero mode storylines after seeing the tour de force that is dark mode?" And I gotta say, yeah, the dark story is a huge improvement. Yeah. I think maybe as a group they were still finding their place. This was sort of like their breakout work.
I'm glad I watched the hero one first, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice to see, the change. Mm-hmm. And it still had some, pretty good jokes in the first one, too.
Yeah. Their most recent big one was for Until Dawn. And, the sheer amount of, effort that has gone in between then and now is stellar. It's, Until Dawn has got, this huge meta plot.
Yeah, it seems like a nightmare to try to Fandub.
I kind of want to watch...
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch this. I might after this.
Yeah, a whole bunch of people, change... A whole bunch of the cast has changed up, but, Penny and Alfred are still there. There's now, let's see, Sophie Baby, Marble Cantus, Chase has joined the group, Mar, Holly, aka Holotones, a real favorite of mine. Chase, makes his character into Markiplier, which
that's really good, because I think he played...
Yeah,
it's been a long time since I was, watching his stuff, but I think he did play Until Dawn. It seems like the kind of game. But that game is such a fucking batshit,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good or not. I think a lot of people like it, so I'll just...
I'm not sure. I've never played it. I've always gotten the vibe that, people were super into it at the start, and people, lost interest over time.
Yeah.
But, Chase plays as a character named Mike in the source material, but Chase makes him Markiplier, doing a perfect Markiplier voice. It's kind of amazing.
That's gonna be really hard to watch. Oh no. I know they also do a Sonic 06 one, which is incredible.
Yeah, there's the Sonic 06 one, which is the other one people talk a lot about. There was a Sonic Riders one, which is not just, Riders, but also, free riders. And I know it also has, original footage at the end.
Shit.
I've never seen it all the way through, but I know about it. Same with Sonic 06. I've also watched a couple of their other things. I follow quite a few of them on Twitch. They're all really funny. I'm really fond of Holly's performance in Until Dawn. She plays as, this character who mostly shows up, in cutscenes with, very limited interaction. It's mostly just this one character monologuing, and she does this incredible job, following up on that. So...
Fuck yeah.
Aside from that, let's see. Okay, so... Let me check, Discord. If you want to... You can... By the way, if you want to send in a question, you can either respond to one of our Ask posts, or send in a question anytime at your leisure on our Twitter, on our Discord, which can be found in the links of every episode. Emmy the Mouse asks, which Sonic characters smoke weed? Feel free to include characters outside the SA2 cast for your headcanons.
I mean Knuckles.
So, Knuckles... Knuckles absolutely smokes weed. And therefore, by extension, I think, Tikal might, possibly Pachacamac. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure whether or not... Sonic might smoke weed, but he might be straight edge. Same with Shadow. Unclear.
Sonic seems straight edge by choice.
Yeah.
Shadow likes to say he smokes weed, but he's never touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Right.
And I think Sonic's straight edge, but like not annoying about it. I think he's annoying about a lot of things because that's just Sonic.
Right.
But like, I think about this specifically. He's like, do what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tails doesn't smoke weed until he's older.
Yeah.
I think he would smoke it a lot when he's...
Yeah, once he becomes
older.
old enough, he's gonna smoke weed all the time.
I don't know who else.
Let's see.
Does Rouge smoke weed?
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Rouge 100%
Yeah, Rouge-
smokes weed.
Yeah, I think that's canon. For like...
Yeah, Rouge has to take that blunt all the time.
for like this Fandub and just the games in general.
I'm personally...
I think the chaotic smoke weed probably. Maybe not the bee because he's a child, but like the crocodile and the
Vector and Espio, Espio the chameleon, Vector the crocodile. I think
they smoke weed.
Yeah, they definitely smoke weed. I don't think they smoke good weed, but they definitely smoke.
They definitely play. They pay way too much for a gram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why they're so poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Eggman smokes weed, but I think he might try like LSD or something that would like maybe something psychedelic or possibly he would like do inadvisable things with Adderall.
God.
I like to think Eggman tried smoking weed once and got real fucking anxious.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got like paranoid. Like
Yeah.
Because I do know a couple people who are like not into it, like just because they get a little like too paranoid. He does drink though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that he does.
Yeah. Let me think. Ooh. Well, Silver the Hedgehog's head looks like a big weed leaf, so therefore.
Does Blaze the cat smoke weed?
Blaze
She's
definitely
got it, right?
Yeah.
She's got her. Her name's Blaze.
Yeah,
she's literally Blaze.
She's blazing it. So, who else? I'm just trying to
Does
think.
Big smoke it? Does Big smoke it?
I feel like Biggs the cat doesn't know what weed is. Like
I
he
think-
smokes it, but he's not aware of it.
Yeah. He's definitely had it. He's just not like actively seeking out. He once just ate a weird leaf and felt some stuff.
Yeah, I
Big
wasn't
does
sure if he
shrooms.
was just like.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think maybe that's just what's happening, like in all the games when he's looking for Froggy. I think he's just like
Oh, he looking for that froggy,
on
alright.
kind of a trip.
He looking for that froggy, alright. Does Dr. Starline smoke weed?
You would know better than me.
I have my own ideas. Whatever he does, he pays way too much for it.
Oh, he plays way too fucking much. You know what? I take what I said about Dr. Eggman about getting real fucking anxious on weed. That's Dr. Starline.
Yeah.
He gets real
Definitely.
anxious. But he still goes and buys it.
Yeah. Let's see. So that's everyone I can't think of
Does
anyone
anyone
else.
prefer vaping to like
Sonic.
Oh.
smoking?
Sonic.
Yeah, if he's gonna do it at all, it's gonna be vaping.
It's gonna be a vape.
Yeah.
I can't fuck up my lungs.
Eggman might have a big vape setup, but it's strictly tobacco.
Eggman has once,
He just has a fucking hookah.
Eggman has once tried to take over the world by making a big fat vape cloud.
In his time, he is definitely, you know how like he's got these like pollution-based stages in some games. I think there's one. At some point, he tried to make one that was just one that constantly produced vape smoke.
Oh god.
And through that is how Sonic has experienced vape primarily.
Unintentional.
He was like, yeah, it was really
So what else? Yeah, I think that's all I can think of right now.
We'll have to make a list later.
Yeah. So some other characters. Let me see. Or some other questions. Drashura asked, who is Eggman's wife?
Martha.
Yeah, it's Martha.
It's Martha.
So, it's Martian
You know.
Manhunter.
Yeah, Martha Manhunter.
Oh no!
Mhm.
We can't do that. Okay, no.
Listen to 0 to 0, folks.
Martha Manhunter.
We can't include Martha Manhunter in our podcast.
Why not?
I can't do this. Because I'm like, please
Why do you
stop
hate the canon lore?
talking about Martha Manhunter.
I do love
fucking
that.
Zero.
I do love the Martha Manhunter bit, just because of how extrapolated it gets.
So I've gotten to the point where I was like, I like it, and then I was like, I think it might be too much, and then I'm like, I think I've been conditioned into liking it.
It
again.
beats you down.
I think I have Stockholm syndrome with the fucking Martha Manhunter
It beats you
bit.
down.
Yeah.
The latest episode that has come out, as of this recording, does have them think, like, the person who Martian Manhunter actually is supposed to be a double agent for isn't actually Martian Manhunter.
That's because he's not.
So there's that to chew on.
Now, my favorite canon is that Airplanes 2013
Oh, yes.
is the same
I'm so
story
glad someone else remembered about
as
airplanes.
Man of Steel 2013.
I don't think it is, but that's because I know of the general plot of Planes from Life is a Reprise Way, one of the many in what's the word I'm looking for? Incarnations of the Reprise cast.
Let's just keep fucking referencing better podcasts.
Yeah. Go listen to more podcasts.
Hey,
folks.
podcast!
Expand your horizons. Like the one you're listening to right
Hey,
now.
that's podcast.
Wow.
Hey,
That's a podcast.
that's a spicy podcast.
So with all that said,
It's
our
fine,
next
then.
question comes from Spike McLean. Should I get Colors Ultimate? If it's not a duplicate, what non-game origin character would you pitch to feature in the next game? So for the first one, I don't actually know. I haven't seen the reviews. I've heard they're kind of middling, but that might just be because of how Colors is. I don't know if that's because of the port or not. I haven't heard anything about how the port is.
It is a port of the original Colors.
Yeah, they added in, like, a new power-up and, like, some... I guess it's a remaster because they scaled it up and stuff, but, like... I don't know the full extent of Colors Ultimate. I know it's got middling reviews, but like I said, that might just might be because, frankly, Colors is just sort of an okay game.
I've heard a lot of people like it. Like,
yeah, people really liked it when it came out because it was better than some of the other games that had been out at the time. It's a decent side scroller.
sounds like it's
as for
not great, but okay.
Yeah. As for our other question, I think we've made it clear. We want Dr. Starling to be in a new Sonic game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you already know my answer.
From what little I know about him, I do want him in a Sonic game.
Yeah. There isn't really, like...
He's got a fucking Thanos
Yeah. There isn't really, like, a sort of, like, arch-rival villain to Eggman in the way Dr. Starline is in, like, any of the games. Like, the sort of archetype of Dr. Starline has existed before, like, in other non-game media, like, there was Snively in Western stuff, there was... I don't remember the guy's name, but there's this dude in the UK Sonic comics who played a similar role, so on and so forth.
Okay, wait, so Snively, instead of being like his little right-hand man, and is like
he
a
is
competitive villain?
Well, he is like a right-hand man at first, and over the course of the comics, he separates from Eggman, tries to do his own thing. I don't know the full extent of it, though. But other than that...
I also just, like... It seems like the games, a lot of times, like, Eggman starts off as, like, the main villain guy, but then he, like, fucks something up.
Yeah.
And, like, some bigger bad comes out.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, then he nearly, like, destroys the planet or something.
Yeah, that happens a couple times. Like, it was kind of a thing in a lot... From, like, Sonic Adventure 1 to, I guess, Sonic... Oh, what's it called? Lost World. That's sort of been the plot. Eggman tries to take over the world, but the force he's using to do so overwhelms him. Like, the only exceptions I can really think of in, like, a mainline game are, like, Colors and, what's the game I'm thinking of? Forces. Like, in those games, he's just the villain the whole way through, and he doesn't really have, like... He doesn't get usurped.
Yeah. I feel like, again, I don't know a ton about the characters, but I feel like Whisper and Tangle would be cool in the games, too.
Yeah, that would definitely be great.
Oh, they would rule.
They're great. Yeah, they should be in a game. Our final question comes in from Casey, who asks, what's your favorite joke from the Fandub?
Like, these ones or, like, in general?
This one.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other ones, so I would only be able to talk about these two.
I personally
I feel
really...
like the bit where they're... I feel like the bit where they're just yelling the words on screen is very funny.
Mm-hmm. My favorite is just... I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back. He just sounds so distraught.
That's like that's probably my favorite part of, like, my favorite joke in, like, the first one in the heroes line, because I think it's in that one, isn't it? Because it's after Tails beats him. And then in the second part, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but, like, when he fucking is drunkenly blowing up the moon is just so fucking good.
It's a classic bit.
Good.
It's really good.
But also there's just a lot of good parts to it. Eggman just being on the verge of losing his shit the entire time is just really good.
Yeah,
just constant.
He's just constantly having the one bad day scenario happen to him. Except he's already been Joker-fied because he's Eggman.
Yeah.
Let's see. And that's it for questions, so let me pull out a die, because it's time to roll for next week. Let me find my die. I've got to dig around. There's a lot of stuff here. That is... Oh, wait, shit. We already rolled for next week. We're talking about Sonic Underground.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna watch, like, 2 more episodes of Sonic Underground, so look forward to that next week.
I've completely forgotten the names of Sonic's siblings in that show, so...
Yeah.
Manic and Sonia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
wanted to call him...
I can't remember a lot of real important things, but I can remember that.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah. So, with that, I believe that leads us to our wrap-up. So, I'm Dan. You can find me at a lot of places. You can find all those places at linktr.ee/, @big_challenges. From there, you can find my Twitter, @biggerchallenge. You can listen to the other podcasts I do, which include Pod of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. We're making our way through the second half of Season 2. A big tournament arc is starting up. That's going to be fun.
As you do.
You can listen to Video Games, the Movie, the Podcast, a monthly video game movie review podcast I do with my friend Maxie. The last episode to go up was on Lucario and the Mystery of Mew.
Oh, yeah.
And our next episode for this month, September, is Mortal Kombat 1995.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You can listen to Stranger's Fiction, an actual play podcast focused on one-shots. We are in the process of doing a short little campaign based on an in-development RPG based on, like, modern fantasy stories, or modern, like, god fantasy stories called Mythologic, inspired by the works of, like, Percy Jackson, Hades, stuff like that. I play as a character who's like this guy who was rejected by his gods or rejected by his divine parent and sent to the mortal plane, or sent to the wilds. He's a big hairy dude who is seen as a cryptid.
Nice.
By many. And last but not least, you can visit @Xbox_holiday, where Usher celebrates holidays with Xbox. And I'm gonna bring up that on September 6th, Monday, is Labor Day. So, presumably belatedly, I don't know when this will go up, but Labor Day is a Labor Day.
Yes.
Alright. And with that...
Will the Pornaroony thing be later?
Pornaroony? Hang on.
You can fucking delete this if I was talking about how on September 11th, how,
Oh, right, the Ted Cruz thing on September 11th.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Ted Cruz was horny on Maine on 9/11!
Yeah. Is that going to be before the next one?
Hopefully, I'm not sure how soon this will go up. I want to try to see if I can get it up earlier, but hopefully it will be up by Saturday, September 11th. In memory of quite a few things, including Ted Cruz's little Porter Rudy. Also, yeah, I mean, I'll have to consider it in the future. I'm not 100% decided, but I will keep this in mind. Because I already do have, like, the anniversary of the time the time Dick Dorkins had a little pot of honeys confiscated from him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
About that.
So...
Pretty good.
That's everything for me.
Pretty good.
So, Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. And then you can also find me on my other podcast singular, Departure Lounge, a plane-themed Hunter x Hunter podcast where I go through the show for the first time with my two co-pilots who've seen it before. Devon. What?
Oh, no, well, I wanted to say I was, like, looking into Departure Lounge, and I just realized, like, we recently had, like, Callion to discuss an episode of Pot of Greed, and we also, and if I'm is Parazozo Departure Lounge? Yeah.
Brian.
I recently realized I used to know them. It was like an old Discord server from like one of the first ones I ever joined. But anyways, Devon.
Funny how that works. You can find me on Twitter at GroovinGasly and also on a Hunter x Hunter podcast called Gone Will Hunting. We have no theme; it's just us yelling.
Yeah.
Good enough theme.
I saw that recently. There was just
been dropping episodes.
Just a very big Netflix-style episode drop.
We just dropping them episodes all at once.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So, with that, I can say that, we are the Sonic Shuffle. You can find us on Twitter at ShuffleSonic. You can find our Discord from there. And you can also find us at Noisespace.xyz. Noisespace.xyz is a podcast incubator. The Z is pronounced that way because the person who runs it is Canadian. And I am just going to... Oh, fuck! I forgot to mention. I might as well roll it into this week's shout-out. I want to give a shout-out to Slappers Only. Slappers Only is a video game music showdown podcast where the hosts, both very good friends of mine, Max and Jordan, decide on the 6 best tracks from a video game, I believe every 2 weeks, and just like pick which ones. They decide which ones are the best of that, and which one is unanimously the best one of that. I was recently on for their return, where we discussed Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Ooh.
I will warn you, I think there is an issue in the audio. I think... There's like a slight issue. I think Jordan forgot to edit my voice a bit, so it sounds like I'm breathing into the mic a lot. It's just some issue with how I breathe. But other than that, it's a really good episode. We had a lot of fun discussing Sonic and Sonic tracks. I explained to them admittedly much earlier than now, but I did explain to them like the reason why Gerald Robotnik decided on a hedgehog being the ultimate life form. So if you want to learn about that a bit early, go listen to there. You can. I also made Jordan a little mad by comparing Shadow to Kiryu. It's true. If you want to make a very fun and likable depiction of Shadow, you write him like Kiryu. I might have worded it a bit wrong, but it's just the facts.
I mean, Kiryu is also the ultimate life form, so...
Mm-hmm. He is one of the strongest men in the world. So, let's see. What else was I gonna say? Go listen to Slappers Only. It's really, really good. I will have to take a step back next time I discuss the alphabetical shoutouts, because I did jump ahead one. But we'll worry about that next week. For now, that wraps it up. So, as always, Sonic the Hedgehog is real, he is strong, and he is my friend.
He's the only blue life that matters.
Where's my piss rock?
Damn, where is the piss rock?
Good night, everyone.
Good night.